gonna be sorry! Every lot!
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way!
She didn't kill your brother, Arka. You're better than this.
Your mind wanders. If the crossbow bolt shot through her mouth, would she taste the metal before she died?
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with. Doesn't even matter if you kill me. I'm chosen by the Absolute I am. I'm blessed.
Here it comes, you little beast!
Let's move.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Scouting. Snooping. Tieflings. Don't fight. Fair. Everything. All of us. Boss Lae'zel and the Drow. Lae'zel, waterfall, bridge, priestess gut, powerful.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
I've got a long road ahead. One day I'll catch a break. With a flick of the wrist. What's this? Feels like I've lost something.
A spasm grips your chest. Your strength falters. An emptiness grows within you, Paladin. Something has been lost.
You have broken your oath, Paladin. At the close of day, I will be waiting for you. We have much to discuss.
Goblins, druids. This grove is a death trap. Grab what you can and get out. That's my advice. Where are my boots?
Please, leave us be. This isn't a good time.
It's fine, Memnos. That goblin won't be the last.
It was wrong.
It was justice. Or the start of it. Done.
By Mordai's eyes. Another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Lower. You saw another gith. Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly. Straight to the other side.
No twisting. Kin must have been in a hurry. The map. Show me. Up. You can keep your innards.
Oh, you're not going to eviscerate him? I was hoping for a show.
Cool your blood. I'll indulge you soon enough. Your kind proves compliant. A useful trait. Tch. A shell so thin requires little to crack it. The teeth sling was clear. If there are a Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait. I am unfamiliar with the... well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this Fey run. The Kresh holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
Water. My dagger.
Hello. What can I do for you?
There. Done.
Lee and Roland would never admit it, but they take an arrow for the other. Also stab each other. Not sure what will come first. Thanks for cutting in. There might have been more than words if you hadn't.
We should have left by now. Damnation! Instead, we're just sitting here, practically begging to be attacked. Staying is a mistake. More than most. A few strangers may stare, but they'll keep their daggers sheathed. I'll be warmly received. Besides, you are looking at Lae'zel's newest apprentice. Yes, that Lae'zel. The greatest wizard in Baldur's Gate.
I've heard that name before. A young man, yes? Lives in Ramaz's tower in the upper city.
The very same.
Word in Waterdeep has it he's a bit of a cad. But you say he's an accomplished wizard.
Of course he is. The greatest spellcaster along the Sword Coast. As if I'd settle for a lesser mentor.
In that case, I'd very much appreciate it if you could arrange an introduction, should we reach the city.
If it's powerful acquaintances you're after, you have to look no further than yours truly. Few can match me, in either magic or talent. In years to come, you will boast of this meeting, I can assure you. May we meet again in Baldur's Gate, my friend.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break, Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important. Putting two and two together, I see. We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin, the way you followed the protocol and brought me back to life. In short, I've grown to trust you. The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul. except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly. No, nothing like that. Though if I fail to treat it, then the consequences would not be contained to me alone. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside. Oh, staffs, tomes, cowls. The form doesn't matter, so long as it's brimming with weave. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical. We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession. You know for yourself how hard won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost. Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession, primed for the moment the need arises. I hope I can count on you.
Speak.
I have a confession. I was too hasty to judge you. I thought you witless, gutless, unimpressively bland. I don't pay compliments. I only say what is true. You've proven me wrong at every turn. You are efficient, dominant, courageous. I swear, you would tear the horns off one dragon for plunging into another. You've gained my respect, and more still, my yearning. When I come near, your odor alone is enough to make my neck sweat and my hairs stand on end. If you must know, Vlaakith requires everything of her children. I can't count how many bruises I've inflicted. Can't measure how much blood I've drawn in the Undying Queen's name. I know only blood red and death black. My mind is silver, and my body steel. I am what I must be. Say what I must be. To survive every beast I face and every wound I bear. Enough talk. I will be plain. I want to taste you. Perhaps tonight, perhaps later. But I want it all the same. Do you? Your loss, I fear. One day soon, you will wonder how my lips might have tasted, how my fingers on your skin might have felt, and you will wish you could return to this lost moment.
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can. You've been on hard times too, huh? Look in your eyes says otherwise. Here, have more. We'll need every bit of strength to make it to Baldur's Gate. Trust me.
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Depends. How many people are dumb enough to ask?
I should speak up.
Ah, if it isn't the talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh! You're twitching something fierce, love. And your eyes. You look like you don't know the meaning of the word sleep. Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore. Aha! You take a sup of that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie. Oh, 'tis just a healing potion, nothing fancy. Here. You just look like you might need a pick-me-up. I'm sorry to go on about it, but are you all right? You're looking awful peaky. Then let old Auntie Ethel have a look at you. First things first. Tell me what's at you. Oh, Petal, that's how it starts, you know. Thinking is only a step away from doing. Were you hurt recently? An accident of some sorts? That could explain things. Shh, it's all right. All you need is a bit of love and care, don't you think? If I was back in my tea house, I'd make you a cuppa and tell you to put your feet up. Alas, here I can only tell you to be kind to yourself, Petal. And encourage you to browse my bits and pieces, of course. Let me know if anything catches your eye. Myself included. Sure. What else am I here for? Bye now, Petal. Hello, Petal. Need anything? Any lotions or potions? Hey, bother. Take care now, sweetie.
How many people are dumb enough to ask?
True. Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel. Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
There. Done. I'm waiting on someone and you aren't him. Do you mind?
Drink on a real bed.
Don't make me hurt you, boy.
Too late! Looking at you is painful enough.
Give it back, kid.
I already told you I don't have it! How stupid are you?
Only gonna ask you one more time, boy. Hand over my locket.
I don't have your ugly locket. I've never seen it before.
Hand it over or I'll slap the teeth out of your head. You threatening me? You don't understand. The kid stole my locket. He... Oh, the hell's with this? These little devils get away with everything because of coddling bastards like you.
You'll get yours someday. I hope I get to see it.
Maybe you will, but personally, I doubt it. See you around.
Please. I've been through enough.
Ah, the fighting foul blood. Glad to know one of you has a spine.
You lose yourself in the scab's weeping sea. It is no masterwork, but it provides a base bliss to gaze upon.
Like the sight of blood, do you? Thought you'd have had your fill at the gate. Might be more blood spilled yet, if Zevlor starts in on the lectures again. Oh, very gracious of you. We expected a soft job. Something to test the new lad, maybe, but not a bloody goblin nest. Most would have turned tail at the sight, but not Liam, no. He charged him, the stupid bastard. Nah. He must have thought we were following. Always the optimist was Liam. Hope they cut him down quick before he saw we were gone. Small mercies.
Thanks to you, that kid is my locket. My mum gave that to me on her deathbed. Get out of my face. Got nothing to say to you.
If it ain't the fearless goblin slayer, you sure you want to be seen with me? I ain't exactly popular with this lot. Please. A good sword will get you farther than honor any day. What do you want, anyway? I ain't local. I knew the fella in charge, but barely said 2 words to the devil's swarm in his place. What? You lot come from devils, don't you? Oh, feck off. Out of my face, foul blood.
Can't wait to get back to the gate.
And we'll have a dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate. Cats, though?
A little orange cat. And a house with a little door so that it can come and go as it pleases.
And a high fence to keep eavesdroppers out. No bother. We're just daydreaming anyhow.
What about you? Big plans for when you get to the city?
Know what you mean.
Do we ever?
But I've heard there's all sorts in the city. It might not be like it was in El Terrell. I mean, in Baldur's Gate, they give you a chance.
Good luck to you. Wish us a little too. I think we'll all need it.
Surely destined for the slaughter. What would be more perfect than to die by your love's side? And no love was not enough.
We've got a long road ahead.
If it ain't the fearless goblin slayer, you sure you want to be seen with me? I ain't exactly popular with this lot. Thanks, Mum. Now please do feck off. Them devils ain't local. They're refugees. Fella who runs this place offered them shelter. Druids. And they ain't the friendly type. The only one of them worth a damn was the leader. And he ain't here anymore. They're like trees more than they like people. Better than the others, but not well enough to risk my neck for him. We've got a contract to track down some relic, and he wanted in on the job.
eyes lit up when he heard about it.
Didn't work out, though. Goblins got him when we were turning tail. He's either digging latrines or boiling in a cookpot by now. Job's all yours, if you got a death wish. There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts. But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it. If I knew that, I wouldn't be back here, with half my crew gone. But look, if you're itching to meet Kellenvor, I won't stop you. It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us.
I'd give you the map and wish you a happy funeral, but my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own todger. Goblins made sure to the fat old chunk.
All I've got's the contract. It'll show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying. Don't thank me. I'll be well on my way to Baldur's Gate when you die.
Not in the mood to talk right now. It ain't you, so leave it.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
I'd advise you to settle your affairs here quickly. Once the druids complete their ritual, we'll be sharing the road with goblins once again. Unless you've reconsidered speaking to them for us, Gorga might listen to you. What is it? There's the first druid, Halsin. This is his grove. Was, I should say. He should have returned with the adventurers. Cowards left him behind. Try his apprentice, Nettie. You'll find her in the druid's circle. Some artifact Aradin was hunting. I don't know any more than that, and I don't want to. This grove is poorer for losing Halsin, but I have my own people's concerns to look to. We're refugees from Elturel. We took shelter here after gnolls and goblins attacked us on the road. We were bound for Baldur's Gate, and it was too late to turn back. Elturel had no place for tieflings after the descent. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. The High Overseer, our Grand Protector, signed a pact with devils. It dragged Elturel straight to hell. Lucky for us, a group of adventurers found a way to bring the city back. Afterwards, people looked at us and just saw devilkin. No different from the druids here, really.
You're the one who helped at the gate. Glad to have another sword. We might need it.
Goblins, gnolls. So many ways to die.
Used to think the goblins would kill us the second we set foot outside. But after hearing what you did at the gate, well, I still think they'll kill us. But at least we can put up a fight. We're tougher than we look. We've survived persecution, survived Avernus. Who knows? Some of us might even make it to Baldur's Gate. Oh, well, aren't you an optimist? I've seen what the goblins can do to a vulnerable caravan, so I'm not as confident. But if you are, why not put a little gold on the line? Excellent. And since I ain't one to leave a debt unpaid, that means we're destined to meet in Baldur's Gate. Looking forward to it.
So many ways to die.
No helping it.
We're exposed a while after this.
We've known enough grief this 10-day traveler. Don't be the cause of more.
Doesn't start bad.
This place is a bloody death trap, not a sanctuary. You should clear off while you can.
And again.
Children!
Swing and swing.
Look who's here.
This is boring. We should train against real goblins.
We're exposed.
Next time the goblins come, I'll be ready.
Oh, right. Go for the heart.
The Blade of Frontiers. What a thrill for the children.
They're tough kids. Smart, too. The future's in good hands. Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this. You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned. Well met. The Blade of Frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the Blade of Frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship. You saw her then. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli. A devil's advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
Her name is Karlach. An archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
A worthy ally, perhaps. But I'll waste no time chasing devils while a tadpole feasts on our skulls.
I've seen your people in battle. I reckon you are no mere warrior, but a god's damned army. I'd be a fool to let you turn your back. Pledge me your talents, and I'll pledge you mine. I'll presume that's Githyanki for yes. Now let's move.
Any questions, children?
So, we're traveling with the famed Blade of Frontiers. I feel safer already.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately.
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
How long until Ronan shows off his thumb?
The Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak. Roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden. His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much. Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Sathisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir Library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding. Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant order turns to chaos and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
Step! Harry! Strike! Damn it! It's just not landing. Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword. Like this, you mean? Step, step, strike! Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use? Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when the time comes. Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Be gone. I am hungry.
Another one. What are you under there, then? Ant? Or rocks? The keepers of this place, they change their form to fit their need. They become birds, to hunt on the wing, bears to tear flesh with teeth. But for me, only oxen, only same old hay, and I cannot even eat it, because the horned ones hide their shiny bits inside. Yes. Yes. I would change into a two-legs like you. But how? It is not the form, it is the freedom. Your kind walk free, and other beasts carry your burdens. To live like you, I could learn to be ugly.
Ah, you're addressing me, a humble ox. How quaint. Nothing here for you. Move.
I swear that ox's gaze is following me.
Oh, the waiting's getting to me. If we left, we could at least make a run for it.
There. Done.
What path lies before me?
Stay back, or else! Nothing's wrong. Just get back. Ow! Oh, my tooth! It's the front one. I chipped it on the evil thing. In the box. Follow me, I'll show you.
There. Done.
Hold. And step.
No one stopped me yet.
I have been waiting for you. I felt the moment of your liberation. The shedding of your bond. You called to me. I am here to show you the way. A journey with no end, trodden only by the desperate and the damned. It is a path I have walked since the moment I fell. Now, you will walk it too, Oathbreaker. You swore to deliver vengeance, to hunt down those who had wronged, and ensure they felt the sting of justice. Tell me, why did you abandon your oath? A silent betrayal. To know the reason for your fall is, perhaps, to know the shape of things to come. Take comfort in your undoing. I, like you, abandoned my cause. But much can still be achieved. Your oath is broken. The light within you fades. A new power is awakening. I served a noble lord. I fought for him without question or restraint. Where his light shone, my sword followed. In his name, I raised villages, put thousands to the sword. I believed our greater purpose required such brutality, such sacrifice. But his light was so radiant, it blinded me to all else. I could not see the darkness and corruption of the path he led me down. When I finally saw the truth, he would not be reasoned with. So I ended him. For this, I was called Oathbreaker. I knew the consequences would be worse for those he continued to harm. What's past is past. We are here to discuss your future. Darkness will obey your summons. The dead will march to your rhythm. Even now, these shadows gather around you. They sense the cracks in your armor. They yearn to be used, to be inflicted. Do not resist. Surrender and be remade. Though born of a vile source, these powers can be used for good or ill. Your oath no longer binds you. The choice is yours alone.